The city hums with life, but not the kind Marcus remembers. His neighborhood, once a place of laughter, community barbecues, and children playing freely, is now swallowed by steel giants and slick condos. The heart of the area, the old apartment complex, stands weary and neglected, its peeling paint and cracked windows like scars of abandonment. This place used to be a sanctuary. Families like his had made it a home. But Mr. Hargrove, the landlord who cared more for profits than people, had let the place rot, and now he was ready to toss them all out. Marcus Carter wakes up before the sun. Another double shift awaits, but that's nothing new. His body aches from exhaustion, but his mind stays sharp. He has to keep moving, has to keep providing for his mother, Marie. "Marcus, honey, you need to rest," her weak voice calls from her bedroom. "I'm fine, Ma. Just gotta keep grinding," he replies, forcing cheerfulness into his tone. "Besides, someone's gotta keep us fed." His mother's chronic illness keeps her bedridden most days. The medical bills alone would have crushed him if not for his relentless determination. But now, with the neighborhood crumbling under gentrification's grip, his willpower is being tested like never before. Mr. Hargrove strolls through the apartment complex like a king inspecting his crumbling kingdom. His suit is sharp, his gaze colder than the winter chill. His eyes linger on the broken-down lobby and the creaky elevator, but only with the contempt of a man who's already written this place off. "So, Mr. Carter, are you ready to pack up yet?" Hargrove sneers, his voice oozing with smugness. "This place is going to be something real special soon. Just not for, well, people like you." Marcus stiffens, his fists clenching by his sides. "People like me? What's that supposed to mean?" "Oh, come on." Hargrove chuckles. "You know exactly what I mean. Maybe if you'd spent less time playing the victim and more time earning something real, you wouldn't be in this mess." Marcus's jaw tightens, but he keeps his voice steady. "We're not going anywhere, Mr. Hargrove." The landlord's laughter echoes down the hallway, a sharp, mocking sound that grates against Marcus's nerves. The paper feels heavy in his hand. The words are clear, cold, and final. An eviction notice, thinly veiled as a renovation plan, giving everyone a mere 30 days to leave. "What are we supposed to do?" Mrs. Jenkins, his elderly neighbor, asks with trembling hands. "I've been here for 30 years. Where else would I go?" Marcus looks around at the gathered tenants, their faces painted with fear and frustration. It's not just about finding a new home, it's about losing everything they've built. Marcus swallows hard, his gaze falling to the ground. "We'll figure something out. I promise." But even as he says it, the words feel hollow. Later that night, Marcus sits at the edge of his mother's bed, crumpling the eviction notice in his hand. "They can't do this to us, Ma. They can't just throw us out like trash." Marie's hand reaches for his, her frail fingers squeezing gently. "Marcus, baby, the world's always been unfair. You just gotta learn how to fight back. The right way." Her words settle into him, sinking deep beneath his anger, but the fire doesn't fade. If anything, it burns hotter. Marcus stands outside Mr. Hargrove's office, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and fury. But this isn't just about him. It's about everyone in that building. He steps inside. The room is polished, pristine, and drenched in the kind of luxury Marcus has only seen on television. Mr. Hargrove looks up with a smirk. "Ah, Mr. Carter, here to beg for an extension, I assume?" "I'm here to talk man to man," Marcus replies, keeping his voice steady. "What you're doing, pushing everyone out for some upscale renovation project, it's wrong." "Wrong?" Hargrove chuckles. "It's business, something I guess you wouldn't understand." Marcus's fists clench, but he forces himself to stay calm. People's lives are at stake. You're not just taking away their homes, you're taking away their dignity. Mr. Hargrove leans back in his chair, eyes gleaming with contempt. "Dignity?" he scoffs. "Let me be clear, Mr. Carter. You can't afford to live somewhere nice. And that's not my fault. It's just the way the world works. I'm not asking for your pity, just your decency." Marcus fires back. "Give us more. time. Give us a fair chance. Hargrove's smile twists into something cruel. I suggest you start packing, because unless you suddenly come into a fortune, you're out. Marcus storms out, his anger boiling over into something sharper, something determined. Days bleed into weeks. Marcus juggles his 2 jobs with frantic desperation, every dollar stretched thin. The eviction date looms like a shadow, clawing at his sanity. He searches for new apartments, but nothing's affordable, not with his mother's medical bills piling up like stones on his chest. "I'll be fine, Marcus," Marie says one night, her voice weak but steady. "You're doing everything you can." "Everything I can ain't enough," Marcus mutters, his voice cracking. His mother reaches out and touches his hand. "Maybe you need help, baby. You can't do this alone." The truth of her words hits him like a punch to the gut. But where could he even begin? Marcus finds himself at the local community center, exhaustion heavy in his bones. The air is thick with frustration, people sharing stories of eviction notices, slumlords, and broken promises. "That bastard Hargrove's been pulling this crap for years," grumbles Mr. Bennett, an elderly man with fiery eyes, always finding ways to make a buck off our backs. Marcus listens, drawn to the man's passion. "You sound like you've been through this before." "More times than I care to count," Mr. Bennett replies, his gaze sharp. "But we've fought back, and we've won. You just gotta be willing to get your hands dirty." Marcus nods, something sparking in his chest. "I can't let him tear my home apart, not without a fight." "Then fight, son, but fight smart. The law may be twisted, but it's still a weapon you can wield if you know how to use it." Mr. Bennett's words plant an idea that grows like wildfire. If the system is against him, then he has to find a way to turn it in his favor. One night, he sits beside his mother, a notebook open in front of him. "I'm thinking of trying something different, Ma. Not just fighting back, but owning something real." Marie's eyes sparkle with hope. "You've always been a dreamer, Marcus, but you've also been a fighter. If anyone can make this happen, it's you." He smiles, a flicker of confidence breaking through the darkness. "I'm gonna buy the building, Ma. One day I'm gonna own it, and I'm gonna make sure no one else has to go through this." But dreams are fragile things, easily crushed by the weight of reality. Marcus dives headfirst into legal research, trying to navigate a world of contracts, rights, and financial roadblocks. Every visit to city offices feels like a slap in the face. Piles of paperwork, condescending clerks, and dead ends at every turn. "This is impossible," he mutters, tossing a folder onto his cluttered desk. "Everything's built to keep people like us out." Mr. Bennett chuckles, leaning against the doorframe. "Nobody said it'd be easy. But if you're serious about this, you've got to be ready to outwork everyone else." Marcus looks up, his eyes burning with determination. "Then that's what I'll do. Whatever it takes." Marcus spends every spare moment learning about real estate, investments, and the labyrinth of bureaucracy. But he knows knowledge alone isn't enough. He needs resources, allies, money. "Every fight I've ever won started with building something strong, something nobody could tear down," Mr. Bennett advises. "If you want to beat Hargrove, you've got to outthink him." Marcus nods. "Then I'll do just that. No more playing by his rules. I'll make my own." Marcus's anger becomes his fuel. His pain becomes his purpose. He's no longer just trying to survive, he's trying to win. For his mother, for his community, for everyone who's been beaten down and told they don't belong. And he's just getting started. Years have passed. Marcus steps into Mr. Hargrove's lavish office, dressed in a tailored suit that speaks of growth and confidence. He's no longer the desperate man begging for mercy. He's here with a purpose. Mr. Hargrove's eyebrows arch with mild surprise. Well, look who's made something of himself. What brings you back here, Mr. Carter? Come to grovel for a rental?" Marcus remains calm, his gaze steady. "I'm here to make you an offer." Hargrove laughs, a grating sound laced with disdain. "An offer? And what exactly could you possibly offer me?" Marcus slides a file across the desk. A buyout. For the building. Hargrove's smirk falters. His eyes narrow as he flips through the pages. You must be joking. I'm dead serious, Marcus replies. I've spent years preparing for this. Fundraising, networking, partnering with investors who believe in something better. The offer is real, and it's more than fair. Hargrove tosses the file onto his desk, his laughter now echoing with bitterness. You think you can beat me at my own game? You're just a broke kid from the ghetto who got lucky. Marcus's jaw clenches, but he forces himself to stay composed. Luck had nothing to do with it. This is about perseverance, about fighting for what's right. Hargrove leans back, his eyes gleaming with mockery. Even if I entertained your little fantasy, you wouldn't last a year. The market would eat you alive, and you'd be back where you started, dirt poor and desperate. Maybe, but at least I'd go down fighting for something that matters. Hargrove's amusement fades, replaced by something colder. You'll never make it. People like you never do. Marcus smiles. It's a smile filled with hard-won confidence. Funny thing about people like me, Mr. Hargrove, we don't quit, and we don't forget. He opens another folder, revealing proof of community support, financial backing, and legal agreements. I've spent years building this plan. People who believe in my vision, not your greed. And I'm not asking for permission, I'm telling you. I'm buying that building. Hargrove's eyes widen, panic creeping into his voice. You can't do this. I already have, Marcus replies calmly. The paperwork's ready, all you have to do is sign, or lose everything when the courts get involved. Your choice. After a long, tense silence, Mr. Hargrove's shoulders sag. His arrogance crumbles under the weight of Marcus's determination. He snatches a pen from his desk and scribbles his signature with trembling hands. Fine, take your damn building, but don't come crawling back when it all falls apart. Marcus takes the signed contract, his expression unyielding. It won't fall apart, because I'm not doing this for profit. I'm doing this for the people you tried to destroy. As he leaves the office, Marcus feels a wave of triumph wash over him. For the first time, he's not just fighting to survive, he's fighting to win. Marcus stands before the apartment complex, his apartment complex now. It's still the same weathered building, but somehow it feels different. The air around it hums with possibility. He addresses the group of volunteers and community members gathered before him. We're not just rebuilding walls, we're rebuilding lives. This place will be safe, affordable, and open to everyone who calls it home. They cheer, and Marcus feels a lump form in his throat. He never thought he'd come this far, but this was only the beginning. Days turn into weeks, and renovations, progress. Marcus pours every ounce of his energy and resources into the project. The building transforms from a crumbling mess into a place of pride. Bright murals cover the once bleak walls, painted by local artists celebrating the neighborhood's culture and history. More than that, Marcus sets up programs to help tenants with job training, childcare, and legal resources. He makes sure the people who need help the most get the support they deserve. The grand opening arrives, and the crowd is larger than anyone expected. News outlets, community leaders, families who once faced eviction, all gather to witness the culmination of Marcus's efforts. Marcus steps up to the podium, his voice steady but filled with emotion. This isn't just about a building, it's about dignity, about giving people the chance to live without fear of being tossed aside. It's about fighting back against greed with compassion. Applause roars, but just as it quiets down, Mr. Hargrove approaches the stage. His expression is tight, his bitterness poorly masked by a forced smile. Congratulations, Marcus, Hargrove grumbles, his words sharp but hollow. You actually pulled it off. I suppose I should wish you luck. Not that it'll make a difference. Marcus meets his gaze calmly. Luck doesn't make a difference, Mr. Hargrove. People do. Mr. Hargrove scoffs, turning away with the defeated air of a man who lost more than money. Marcus watches him leave, feeling nothing but the cool satisfaction of justice served. The building continues to thrive, but Marcus's ambitions grow even larger. He forms a non-profit organization named Homebound Hope, dedicated to providing affordable housing and resources to people on the verge of losing everything. His organization gains traction, drawing attention from donors, activists, and ordinary citizens eager to make a difference. Marcus's name becomes synonymous with perseverance and justice. Yet through it all, he never forgets why he started this journey. Every time he passes by the murals or hears children playing safely in the courtyard, he's reminded of the power of resilience. Months later, at a community rally filled with people from all walks of life, Marcus stands before the crowd once again. But this time, he's not just speaking as a man fighting his own battles. He's speaking as a leader. We all deserve a place to call home. We all deserve a chance to fight for what's rightfully ours. And when we stand together, there's nothing we can't achieve. The crowd's cheers shake the ground beneath him. Tears shine in Marcus's eyes, but his voice remains steady. Never let anyone tell you that you're not worth fighting for, because we are, and we always will be. Years have passed, but the building stands strong, a beacon of hope and resilience in the heart of the city. Its once faded walls are now vibrant with life, covered in beautiful murals that tell the stories of the people who call it home. Marcus walks through the courtyard, greeting residents with a warm smile and a firm handshake. Children run past him, laughing and chasing each other, their joy a testament to the safe haven he fought to create. Inside, the community center is bustling. Workshops, support groups, educational programs, everything Marcus dreamed of providing is now a reality. The nonprofit he founded, Homebound Hope, has expanded its reach, helping families far beyond the neighborhood he once struggled to protect. But despite the growth and recognition, Marcus remains humble. His mother's photograph sits on his office desk, her smile forever preserved in a frame. He touches the edge of the photo, feeling the familiar surge of determination she always inspired. A knock on his office door brings him back to the present. It's Mr. Bennett, his old mentor, now slower in his steps but still just as sharp. Mr. Bennett chuckles as he takes a seat. I told you once that you had the power to change things. You've done more than that, son. You've created something no one can take away. Marcus nods, his eyes misty. I just wanted to make sure no one else had to feel powerless, to show that we could fight back and win. Mr. Bennett's smile deepens. And you did. You proved them all wrong. They sit in comfortable silence for a moment, the kind only shared between those who have seen the world's worst and dared to challenge it. As Marcus walks Mr. Bennett to the door, he glances back at the thriving community he helped build. His journey wasn't easy, but it was worth every struggle, every setback. His voice is soft but resolute as he speaks, as if addressing his mother's memory, the community, and everyone who ever doubted him. We're just getting started.